Less qualified teachers. By less qualified teachers, it means that the qualifications are not high, but the skills are there and the teachers have gone through some teacher training or some certificate of teacher. Less qualified teachers does not really make the ability of the teachers less. Only it is required that they are not having qualifications above their degree so that they would be considering themselves over the requirements of the school teaching. It is better to have less qualified teachers but to be done having a certificate of English teaching or just certificate of teaching with reference to the subject that they are going to teach. So less qualified means lesser academic qualifications but with a teacher training course. Effective teaching does not need highly qualified teachers at primary level. So at primary level, because the subject specialization is not required, therefore, the government can hire teachers with less qualification and give them teacher training or some certificate of teaching so that they will be able to build up the necessary skills to be teaching. This could lead to a policy option which can be less expensive deal for developing countries like Pakistan. More qualified teachers are harder to find and have to be paid more. So, in that way, it will be a policy in which the government will be able to hire more teachers because they will be paying them lesser than those who are highly qualified, and because of their qualifications they need and they expect to be paid more. In that case, if this policy is followed, the government can also provide these teachers with in-service training and, if possible, give them some workshops on the weekends where the teachers will be getting more information about the teaching skills. Also, they will be happy because after doing a degree or less qualified academic certificate, they will be able to start their job and they will be into the profession that they want to be in. And with low salaries, they will not be having any objection because they have taken up the job after doing less qualification than those who would be expecting higher salary because their academic qualifications are higher and they expect that they must be paid at a higher level than those who have lesser education. In this way, the government will be giving opportunities to people who are less qualified, and at the same time, if they are providing them in-service training or some sort of a certificate in teaching, that means they are also professionally developing themselves. And the government is making a pool of teachers who are trained, and at the same time, countries like Pakistan, where they cannot afford to pay them highly, the government will be able to pay them less and have more teachers to be working, especially in the rural areas where the teachers are not available or they are less in number. They are also reluctant to join teaching, which is not one of the prestigious professions. So those who are more qualified, they are not interested to join teaching because in countries like Pakistan, teaching is not considered to be a very prestigious occupation. Therefore, those who have more qualifications or are highly educated and have postgraduate qualifications or higher qualifications, they do not think that it would be prestigious for them to join an occupation or a profession like teaching. They only join it because they don't find the jobs in other areas and therefore they become teachers. Although when they are going for their higher studies and further studies, they do not have teaching in their mind at all. But when they are employed, they do not give their heart to their profession because basically they, number one, they think that they are overqualified for the job and they should be paid accordingly. So they are neither happy with their job description nor are they happy with the salary, and also their own satisfaction and expectations are not met because they do not think that teaching is a prestigious profession. Hiring comparatively less qualified teachers may solve a practical problem, especially in case of women teachers. So if the government wants to work on this issue and find out a practical problem of women teachers, especially in the rural areas, then they should work on it, that they should hire less qualified teachers, provide them teacher training skills, and then post them in rural areas to develop themselves professionally and become good teachers.